After 60, something happens inside your body that you might not notice right away, but it can change how you live every single day. You could lose up to 30% of your muscle mass in just 10 years, even if you still eat well and try to stay active. That muscle loss has a name: sarcopenia. And here's the good news: you can fight it. The number one cheese to eat after 60 to rebuild muscle and fight sarcopenia could be sitting in your fridge right now. No expensive supplements, no complicated meal plans, just real food that works with your body's needs as you age. Do you ever feel like your legs don't have the same strength they used to? Maybe climbing stairs takes more effort, or you find it harder to carry groceries. What if I told you there's a simple, delicious way to help reverse that trend? Here's something many people don't know. After age 60, your muscles become less responsive to protein signals. This means that simply eating enough protein isn't enough. You need protein that's rich in specific amino acids, especially leucine, and paired with nutrients like calcium and phosphorus. These don't just feed your muscles, they actively trigger the process that repairs and builds them. Cheese, when chosen wisely, is one of the rare foods that can do all of that in one small serving. It delivers high-quality protein, bioavailable calcium, healthy fats, and in some cases, powerful anti-inflammatory compounds, all in a form that's easy for aging digestive systems to handle. I've seen this transformation in real people. One woman in her late 60s was recovering from knee surgery. She was cautious about eating cheese because of what she'd heard about cholesterol, but after we chose the right type for her and added it to her breakfast, she told me, "I'm walking more confidently now, and I can actually enjoy my mornings again." Before we get into the first cheese, I want to hear from you. Have you ever thought that cheese could protect your muscles after 60? Type yes or no in the comments below. And stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to learn not just the names of these cheeses, but exactly why they work, how to use them, and how to choose the right one for you. Cheese number 3, feta. Gentle support with powerful benefits. Feta may not be the kind of cheese you grew up eating, and that's often why people hesitate to put it in their shopping cart. It doesn't look or taste like the familiar cheddar or mozzarella. Instead, feta is soft, crumbly, and has a distinct tang with a light fermented aroma. For some, that first impression feels too unusual. But for older adults, especially those over 60, that uniqueness is exactly what makes it worth adding to your diet. The qualities that make feta different are also the ones that make it easier on your digestion and more beneficial for your muscles and joints. Feta is traditionally made from sheep's milk, goat's milk, or a combination of the two. These types of milk naturally contain softer, more digestible proteins than cow's milk, and they also have a different fat structure, often with a higher proportion of medium-chain fatty acids, which the body can use more quickly for energy. That's why many people with lactose intolerance or sensitive digestion find they can enjoy feta without the discomfort that comes with other cheeses. As we age, the amount of lactase enzyme in our digestive system often decreases, making cow's milk products harder to tolerate. Feta, because it's lower in lactose and fermented, is usually much gentler on the stomach. Nutritionally, feta delivers a lot in a small amount. A modest 100-gram serving contains about 14 grams of complete protein, nearly equal to 2 large eggs, along with calcium, phosphorus, and a special fatty acid called conjugated linoleic acid, CLA. CLA has been studied for its anti-inflammatory effects, its ability to help regulate body fat, and its potential to improve body composition, increase lean muscle mass, and reduce fat in older adults. This combination of high-quality protein and healthy fats makes feta a unique dual-action food. It supports muscle recovery while also promoting joint comfort. Why this matters after 60. As you age, your muscles don't just need protein. They need protein that's easy to digest and packed with the nutrients required for contraction and repair. Calcium and phosphorus are essential for bone strength, but they also play a direct role in muscle function. Every time you stand up, take a step, or lift an object, your muscles rely on calcium to receive the contract signal from your nervous system. Without enough calcium, your muscles can feel weak or slow to respond, even if you're eating enough protein overall. Phosphorus works alongside calcium to help produce ATP, the molecule your body uses for energy, so having both minerals together in one food is a big advantage. Feta is also rich in histidine, an amino acid that many older adults lack. Histidine is used to make carnosine, a powerful antioxidant concentrated in muscle tissue. Carnosine helps neutralize free radicals that build up during physical activity, slows muscle aging, and improves endurance, key benefits for maintaining independence after 60. Low carnosine levels have been linked to quicker muscle fatigue, so boosting your intake of histidine-rich foods like feta can have a direct impact on how steady and energetic you feel during daily activities. I've seen this in real life. A patient in his early 70s, dealing with persistent knee pain and morning stiffness, started adding just a tablespoon of feta to his breakfast omelet with cherry tomatoes and spinach. After a few weeks, he reported less stiffness, steadier legs when climbing stairs, and even a better appetite in the morning. He told me that the small burst of tangy flavor also made his breakfast more enjoyable, which meant he was eating a more balanced and nutrient-rich meal overall. Buying tip: look for authentic feta made from sheep's or goat's milk, preferably stored in brine. This helps preserve its natural probiotics and keeps it fresh longer. The brine also maintains its signature texture and flavor. Avoid pre-crumbled feta with added starches or preservatives. They can reduce both flavor and nutritional value, and they often dry out faster in the fridge. If possible, buy a block and crumble it yourself just before eating for the freshest taste. How to use it: start small, 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, and add it to meals you already enjoy. Sprinkle over scrambled eggs, leafy green salads, or savory oatmeal. Combine it with olive oil, cucumbers, tomatoes, and herbs for a refreshing Mediterranean-style salad. Because feta has a natural mild saltiness, you can use less salt in your cooking, an added benefit for those watching their blood pressure. It also pairs beautifully with roasted vegetables like zucchini or eggplant, making it easy to boost both flavor and nutrition in one step. If you've dismissed feta in the past because it seemed too foreign or too strong, give it another chance. Your taste buds can adapt over time, especially when you start by pairing it with familiar foods. Think of it as a gentle but powerful addition to your muscle health plan, one that's easy to enjoy and even easier for your body to use. Cheese number 2, cottage cheese, the overnight muscle protector. Cottage cheese is one of those foods that hides its real strength behind a plain, almost humble appearance. Many people remember it as diet food from the 1980s or something only eaten by people trying to lose weight. But in reality, this simple, unassuming food is one of the most effective, affordable, and practical ways to protect and rebuild muscle after 60, especially while you sleep, when your body's natural repair systems are working at their peak. Half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese, about 110 grams, delivers roughly 14 grams of high-quality protein for only about 80 calories. That means nearly 70% of its calories come from protein, a ratio that very few natural unprocessed foods can match. For comparison, a large egg provides about 6 grams of protein in 70 calories, or roughly 35% protein by calories. This makes cottage cheese a remarkably efficient choice if you want more protein without excess fat or carbohydrates. Even more important than the amount of protein is the quality and type it provides. Cottage cheese is naturally rich in leucine, the amino acid that acts like a loud, clear voice telling your body to build muscle now. This is crucial after 60 because your muscles become harder to stimulate, a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. It means that even if you eat enough total protein, your muscles might not respond fully unless they get enough leucine to trigger the repair process. Cottage cheese provides over 1 gram of leucine per serving, a significant portion of what's needed to turn that muscle-building switch back on. But here's where cottage cheese truly stands out. Its main protein is casein, a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids steadily over 6 to 8 hours. Think of it as a timed-release fuel for your muscles. Instead of dumping all its protein into your bloodstream at once like fast-digesting whey protein does, casein provides a steady drip-feed supply of building blocks exactly when your body needs them most. For older adults, whose muscles are more vulnerable to nighttime breakdown, this slow, sustained protein delivery can be a game changer. I worked with a widower in his late 60s who was frustrated by frequent nighttime leg cramps and a general sense of weakness in the mornings. He was skeptical about eating before bed, but I suggested half a cup of cottage cheese about an hour before sleeping. Within 2 weeks, the cramps had stopped, and he told me, "I wake up with more energy in my legs than I've had in years." His balance also improved, and he found it easier to start his day without stiffness. Why this matters after 60? During sleep, your body isn't getting energy from food, so it may start breaking down muscle tissue to meet its needs. By supplying a steady flow of amino acids through casein, cottage cheese helps protect your existing muscle while also supporting repair and growth. This is especially valuable if you're recovering from illness, surgery, or a period of reduced activity. Buying tip: if you're managing cholesterol or blood pressure, choose low-fat or reduced sodium varieties. Always check the ingredient list to ensure you're getting a simple product without unnecessary fillers, thickeners, or added sugars. Some artisanal brands also offer cottage cheese made from grass-fed milk, which can have slightly higher omega-3 content and a richer taste. How to use it: you can eat it straight from the container, mix it with berries for a light, protein-rich dessert, blend it into smoothies for a creamy texture and protein boost, or combine it with fresh herbs and vegetables for a savory spread. Some people even use it in place of mayonnaise in chicken or tuna salad. It's lighter on the stomach, doubles the protein, and reduces saturated fat. For a warm breakfast twist, stir cottage cheese into scrambled eggs just before serving. It will melt slightly, adding creaminess and extra protein. If the texture bothers you, try blending it until smooth. You'll get the same benefits without the curds, and it's easy to add to drinks, pasta sauces, pancake batter, or even soups for a hidden protein boost. This versatility makes cottage cheese not just a nighttime snack, but a flexible ingredient you can use throughout the day. Cheese number 1, aged Parmesan, a small bite with a big impact. Parmesan is one of those cheeses many people underestimate. Most think of it only as a light sprinkle over pasta or pizza, But authentic aged Parmesan matured for at least 24 months is far more than just a flavor enhancer. It is one of the most concentrated, nutrient-dense, and highly digestible sources of muscle-building nutrition available, making it an exceptional choice for anyone over 60 who wants to fight sarcopenia and preserve strength. The secret lies in its long, careful aging process. Over those 2 years, natural enzymes break down the proteins into smaller peptides and amino acids, making them far easier for the body to absorb. This predigestion effect means that the protein in Parmesan gets into your bloodstream more efficiently, providing your muscles with the raw materials they need for repair and growth without putting extra strain on your digestive system. By the time authentic Parmigiano Reggiano reaches your table, nearly all the lactose is gone, which is why even people who normally have dairy sensitivities can often enjoy it without discomfort. Just 28 grams, about 2 generous tablespoons of freshly grated Parmesan, provides over 10 grams of complete protein and is naturally rich in leucine, the amino acid most responsible for signaling your body to start building muscle. In addition to protein, it's an outstanding source of calcium, with 1 ounce delivering about 330 milligrams, roughly a quarter of your daily requirement. And calcium's role goes beyond bone health. It is essential for every single muscle contraction you make, from taking a step to lifting a bag of groceries. Without enough calcium, your muscles simply cannot function at their best. Research supports its benefits. A study from Italy, where Parmesan is a daily staple, found that older adults who consumed it regularly had stronger lower body strength, better bone density stability, and no significant weight gain. The key was portion control, small amounts packed with high nutrient density, rather than large servings of lower quality cheese. I recall one patient, a woman in her early 70s recovering from hip surgery, who struggled with poor appetite and could not reach her protein goals. We began adding a thin slice of aged Parmesan to her morning whole grain toast and a small sprinkle over vegetable soup at lunch. These small adjustments doubled her protein intake from those meals without making her feel overly full or bloated. Over the next 3 months, her walking speed improved, her balance became steadier, and she reported feeling more confident getting in and out of a chair. Buying tip: always look for genuine Parmigiano Reggiano, with its name clearly stamped into the rind. It may cost more than generic Parmesan, but because you use such small amounts at a time, a single block lasts for weeks or even months. The flavor is richer, more complex, and far more satisfying, meaning you need less to get the same taste impact, helping keep sodium intake in check. How to use it: shave thin slices onto fresh salads for a burst of savory flavor, blend it into pureed soups for added creaminess and protein, or grate it over roasted vegetables to make them more appealing. Stirring a little Parmesan into warm whole grains like quinoa or barley can also make them more satisfying and boost their protein content. You can even mix a small amount into scrambled eggs or omelets to enrich both taste and nutrition. Because the flavor is so concentrated, a little truly goes a long way. Important reminders: before you add cheese to your diet, even the healthiest cheese needs to be eaten wisely. Here's what to keep in mind. High blood pressure? Choose low-sodium options, especially with aged cheeses that naturally contain more salt. Excess sodium can make your body hold onto water, increasing strain on the heart and blood vessels. If you love the flavor of stronger cheeses, use a small amount as a garnish rather than the main ingredient. Watching your weight or cholesterol? Opt for low-fat versions or keep portions modest. Cheese can be nutrient-dense but also calorie-dense, and eating too much can quickly add up. Balancing cheese with plenty of vegetables and whole grains can help you enjoy it without overloading on saturated fat. Digestive sensitivity? Naturally aged cheeses like Parmesan and Feta have little to no lactose and are generally easier to digest. For those with mild lactose intolerance, pairing cheese with other foods rather than eating it alone can also reduce discomfort. Kidney issues? Talk to your doctor before increasing protein or sodium intake. Your kidneys work harder to process these nutrients, and too much could be harmful. If you already have reduced kidney function, your doctor may recommend smaller portions or specific types of cheese that are lower in sodium and phosphorus. Mind the overall balance. Cheese is a powerful tool for muscle health, but it works best as part of a varied diet that includes lean meats, fish, legumes, fruits, and vegetables. No single food, no matter how healthy, should be your only source of nutrition. Cheese alone will not rebuild your muscles, but it can be a powerful part of a bigger plan. Combine it with leafy greens, fiber-rich foods, healthy fats, and daily movement. That movement does not have to be intense, brisk walking, gentle strength training, stretching, or even simple balance exercises can all make a noticeable difference. The real key is consistency. Your body listens to the small, repeated choices you make every single day. Choosing the right cheese is not just about taste. It is about giving your muscles and bones the exact building blocks they need to keep you strong, steady, and independent for years to come. So here is my challenge for you. Will you start with feta, cottage cheese, or Parmesan? Try adding just one of them to your routine this week and see how your body responds. Share your choice and your experience in the comments. I read them all, and your story might inspire someone else to take their first step toward stronger health. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a tip designed for your stage of life. And please, share this video with a friend or loved one over 60 who could benefit from these simple, science-backed strategies. Remember, every healthy choice you make today is an investment in the life you want tomorrow. It is never too late to start, and the strength you build now will carry you for years to come.